In math, we're going to introduce a new tool. So today, we will use number lines as a tool for solving number stories. But it's not going to be just any regular number line. It's going to be a new number line that we're going to learn about. Open number lines. First, though, where I've put my red star, let's do a number story. Elise has 23 buttons in her craft box. She buys 10 more buttons. How many buttons does Elise have now? Let's use a number line to help solve the story. Let me find 23 on my number line because that's how many buttons she has in her craft box. She buys 10 more buttons. 10 more. When I hear the word more, I think of plus or adding, addition. So I know that I am going to go this way on my number line. The numbers are going to get bigger on my number line. So one way that I can solve this problem is I can start at the number 23 and I can count up 10 spaces because she buys 10 more buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I started at 23 and I counted up 10 spaces and I landed on 33. That's one way that I could solve the problem. Another way that I could solve the problem is I can think about what we talked about last week. I know that 10 more than 23 is 33. So I started at 23. And I hopped 10 more to 33. Let's look at it this way. Let's think about the rule from previous lessons for adding 10. When you add 10 plus 10, the tens digit, the tens place, it goes up by 1. That's the only place value that we are adding. We're not going to touch the ones place. We're not going to go up by ones. So we know that when we say 23 plus 10, we know that our next number is going to have a 3 in the ones place, and our 2 is going to get bigger by one number. We're going to go from a 2 in the tens place to a 3 in the tens place and a 3 in the ones place. 23 to 33. That's like looking at it with our base 10 blocks. 2 tens and 3 ones. And we're saying plus 10. So that's 1 10. Here's our 2 tens plus 1 10. And here's our 3 cubes because our ones place didn't change. We're going to think a little bit about that when we talk about our open number line and use our open number line. We're really going to focus on plus 10. So, our open number line. Why is it important? Well, it's a tool that will quickly show our thinking, and we use it to show our thinking when we use strategies in our head to add or subtract. A lot of times we might solve a problem in our head, and this is a really great way to show what we did in our head. So let's take a look at an open number line, and we're actually going to compare it against a regular number line. Right here at the top, we see a regular number line. We can see where we started at 23, right? And we see to 33. We see all the numbers 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And we see all the numbers afterwards, 34 and 35, and the numbers before as well, 21, 20, 21, and 22. This is a number line showing 23 plus 10. Now, right below, we see our open number line. This is an open number line showing 23 plus 10. It is a quick and easy way to show the jump of 10 that you might have done in your head. So how is the open number line like the other number lines we have used? How is it different? Well, it's just like a regular number line because the numbers get bigger as you go to the right. It's different from a regular number line because it doesn't show every single tick mark, just the tick marks that we need. Look, 23, 33. It doesn't show any other numbers, just the ones that we need. But it does show the numbers getting bigger. 23 to 33. The numbers got bigger as we went to the right, just like a regular number line. So, how do you think that the open number line could be helpful when we solve number stories? How could this number line be helpful when we solve number stories? Well, that's because it's going to be quick and easy to draw. We aren't including tons of numbers and little tick marks, and it can help us keep track of our steps. So we're going to use open number lines to solve number stories and record our thinking. And when I mean record, I mean write down, and it's going to show our thinking. Let's practice one with a number story. Okay, here's our number story. Peter has 64 blocks in his toy box and 10 blocks on the table. How many blocks does he have in all? So we know that this is an addition number story because we want to know about in all. Let's draw our open number line. Here's my line. And the number that I'm going to start at is going to be 64. 64. And how much am I going to add? 10 plus 10. So here I go, showing my plus 10. 64 plus 10, that's 1 10 to my 6. My 6 tens now become 7 tens, and my ones place doesn't change. 64 plus 10 is 74. 64 plus 10 is 74, and this is an open number line. I'll include my number model down here. 64 plus 10 equals 74. Let's try it again. This time, I've changed the number in the story just a little bit. Peter has 64 blocks in his toy box and 30 blocks on the table. How many blocks does he have in all? Let's solve this and show our thinking with an open number line. Drawing my number line, starting at 64, because that's what Peter is starting with. That's the amount of blacks he is starting with, is 64. I already know that 64 plus 10 equals 74. So I'm going to show that hop. Plus 10, and I need to show my thinking and record my work as I go along the way. So 74, I've gone 10, and I need to go 30. So I need to go 20 more. So I need to make 2 more jumps of 10. Plus 10, 84, plus 10, 94. The answer is 94. 64 plus 30 equals 94. We could also show it in a different way, like this. Since I already knew that 64 plus 10 was 74, and I know that 30 equals 10 plus 20, so I have to jump 20 more. So I added 74 plus 20. Oops, let's stay with my same colors. I could do this way as well. If I can do it in my head that 74 plus 20 equals 94. As we practice our open number lines, we need to make sure that we are including our work. So as we make these big hops like this, we also need to make sure that we are including how far we have gone, which means that we are recording our work along the way like that as well.